prediction of what team is going to win it, just because of each team plays a similar or differing styles of S&D.
All right, okay. I know Hardpoint Retaliation is going to be next. Does that change either of your predictions here with FaZe? And then Throwback actually is going to be game 5. So now, okay, now you know it.
Okay.
Here we go. We get to go deep in the mind of TP.
I think I picked FaZe.
Pick FaZe for the game 5.
I think
I'm
sticking with it, dude. I'm sticking with it.
Sticking with it.
Yep. Here's why. Okay. I think Clay was getting the better of the sniper battles for at least majority of that Crusher, right? So I feel like Throwback's a good sniper map as well. So that could definitely put them, you know, better lines of sights on it towards both bomb sites. I don't know.
All right, well, I'm excited to get this one underway. Of course, a quick look at our rig draft for game number 4, FaZe on the left-hand side, our red squad. Team Envious, our blue squad on the right-hand side. Is this one looking pretty normal, to be honest with you? You don't see anything too crazy there, Muck.
Yeah, I mean, just Clayster really using that Centurion, JCap using Overdrive, something we discussed earlier. That just really, to me, comes down to sort of what they want to do with those payloads. I mean, obviously, Cap just wants to help with rotations. Clay wants to lock down a whole hardpoint.
Well, without further ado, we can get game number 4 underway. Back over to our wonderful casters for the series.
All right, great stuff, gentlemen. It is game 4. Jack, you got to answer the question right away. Does FaZe close it out here? We're going to game 5, buddy.
FaZe closes it out here. I think this is going to be 250 to 185 in favor of FaZe Clan.
What the hell?
I'm thinking that Clayster goes 32 and 19, and he earns himself 2 Scorchers along this game as his Centurion goes absolutely off. It's game 4, folks.
Joke's on you, he doesn't have Scorchers.
Why? That's my whole prediction now ruined. Envy are going to game 5.
All right, let's see what Clay can do early on, though. Not an easy gunfight there, but his teammates cleaning up everything. They've got a little bit of early control here. Attach to be the man, the hard point, kicking things off at 2-0.
Attach doing what he can for his squad, as right now we've seen this map, how Bridge can just really go back and forth. The spawns coming in from either side. We'll go ahead and get that overlay flipped for you right now. It is FaZe Clan currently in the lead, 16-6.
All right, well, let's stick with Slasher, though, as Slasher 5-0 here, starting off very, very nicely. Running out of ammo, finding a K-bar, still surviving here behind the burning van. But we are going to begin to rotate out here. Let's take a look at the minimap. Is everyone going to start to get set up at lower street? Apathy, the one in a position here, kind of a patio. He's going to have to deal with some key play. They both line up for him. Finds one. Was there a team kill? Yeah, because he didn't get both, or was it a team kill that came through?
Yeah, I think that's exactly how that wound up breaking down. Close after this first hard point as FaZe will have to have Attach go through the C1 area to try to get the flank down. It's on your minimap. Players just really pushing from all sorts of angles to try to contest this hard point. It does look like for the moment FaZe Clan are able to break it first. It's Enable near this back tree side, just trying to stay alive as he's going to wait for his teammates to come off spawn near that top cathedral area.
Well, Enable now inside a bike. Getting eyes on one. Hip fire not going to work very well with the NV4. You know a lot about that, Jack.
Okay, you have to bring that up. Okay, I've been turned on a few times now with the hip fire of the NV4, but I'm also not the caliber these guys are. As we see it's such a popular weapon still on this map, and I love to see it so far. We've seen K-bars, NV4s, OSAs really being the weapons of choice. The Volk was brought out by Killa in Search and Destroy, as well as Uplink when his team needed him to try to pick up some more kills. Currently FaZe doubling the score of Envy, as they're going to have to fight from the back foot near this back grave hard point. They need to coordinate this push. I like to push from the curve side of the map more, and it looks like that's exactly what FaZe will do.
Envy may have a lead after this hard point. This is one of the easier ones to hold, especially if you rotate early, get a full 4-man setup like they have here.
Yep.
I would not be surprised if we see this flip. You see teams get a full 60, 45, 60 on this, and so far they're making easy work of this.
Yeah, and it's a lot because FaZe pushed out one player twice by themselves, and there was no trade to come of it. John cleans up 2 of his own. Slasher, who went, what, 36 and 23 in the uplink, now 10 and 4. The guy's looking solid.
Nice shots there at long range. This game, it's a little bit trickier to hit those shots at long range. You know, that spot where the auto aim, the aim assist kind of falls off a little bit at long range. Seeing people hit those shots is sick, but like you said, Slasher doing an incredible job. And despite the fact there was a little bit of a contest there, they basically get a full 60. But now, set up and broken, it's going to be the opposite. It's going to be FaZe's turn to counter back.
Now it's time for FaZe to go for a full 60 of their own. At least John has made his way towards this lower street side. He can try to disrupt these spawns, and the longer he stays alive, the more work is done against FaZe. This next spawn will be the interesting one. Do we still see FaZe spawn near that back area? No. Look at your minimap. Clay is all the way out at Cathedral. Cathedral.
Let's show you.
And it's because John stayed alive long enough. Envy, they have to hit the timing right now. They need to push through before the pinch comes in from Clay.
I honestly think the Graveyard, like Cathedral to Broken, is like my favorite hardpoint rotation right now in Infinite Warfare. If you do it perfectly, you can get so much time. Obviously, a little bit easier here to break Broken, but FaZe still racks up a bit of time. We might see a lead change go back the other way.
John's shots from range right now are so crispy.
Shooting lasers.
The guy is staying just above even.
No.
What?
Okay.
How was he alive?
That would have been perfect. All you see is basically the head there by the tree. He's finally going to mop it up. The one more can't turn on him.
And the reason why he doesn't get that kill is because Slasher kills him.
Oh,
That's the only reason why he didn't clean that one up. Envy up 92 to 68 as they did a solid job of not giving FaZe any time on that broken hardpoint. We'll rotate now towards this hotel hallway area. And what was interesting, we actually talked so highly of, you know, that Cathedral hardpoint, that back broken hardpoint, but earlier today we saw a match that was almost single-handedly decided by this middle hotel hardpoint. As right now it's looking like Envy's John is trying to push in from whatever perspective he can.
Yeah, he's nasty right now, man. You're seeing why he was the Black Ops 3 Call of Duty World League MVP there at COD Champs. He can really do it all. JCap trying to back him up, going to try to drop shot one outside. Let's go to the FaZe POV for a little bit. They're trailing. This is not exactly the opposite, but a bit different than what we saw in the Game 1 hardpoint as far as FaZe not having control. This time it's Envy's turn, so FaZe, no stranger to comebacks, but they're going to have to do it here.
Everything going against what you'd expect so far in this series, right? You'd think FaZe would win the first hardpoint, get out to a 1-0 lead. That doesn't happen. Envy wound up taking it with a miraculous comeback. In Search and Destroy Game 2, FaZe plan really step it up. They play together as a team. They win that one 6-3. Then we go into the uplink, where JCap, historically one of the best uplink players. He's a mastermind of knowing how to command his teammates across the map, call out exactly what they need to push. They wind up losing that by 1 point because of a couple quick little misplays. And now in this last hard point that we're in right now, it's a full 1 minute lead for Envy. FaZe look lost.
Well, I mean, you had nice starts from Zuma and Attach really in that first game. Here, not so much. It's all been John and Slasher. The two of them from a slaying department are just absolutely dismantling the FaZe side.
You mentioned slaying department, 16 kills in favor of Envy right now, a little bit different from that Game 1 that we saw earlier on when FaZe took that huge lead.
Well, he was plus 14 just for Attach off the break. Not happening now, but they're still within striking distance, right? You know, it's one big hard point that can make the difference. You saw Envy dominate the Cathedral last time. Can FaZe rebound here and be the team that really dominates? We're going to head, though, to Lower Street here as they're starting to rotate out. There's one player inside opposite, and that's going to be Attached. Does he check his corners? The question, the answer is a resounding no.
That's such a sick corner spot that JCap plays in. I rarely see players check it, especially moving towards patio. There's so many other players or areas where you can be exposed to. On rotation, again, Envy get the kills they need. They're in control of bottom bike. They have pressure in your top bedroom. This is the perfect setup you want for this hard point. Force FaZe to try to push through that little archway and don't give them patio control. Attached, trying to play for patio. John is there, and this is going to go in favor of Envy. Again, they wipe FaZe off the map.
Yep, Envy set up very, very nicely here. John continues to melt. 22-11 double positive, a 3 streak. Finds a 4th. Get out of my house.
This
as he's lining them up. Zuma did just call in a Trinity Rock. I think that's what hit John there for a second and kind of slowed him down. But now this is the big one coming up next, right? We've got 17 seconds left, and look at the minimap. It is going to be controlled by FaZe this time, at least the top side of the map here for Market and Graveyard control. So if they can get a perfect hold like Envy did last time, we're looking at just about a tie game, right?
I will say one thing. Envy are 1 kill from JCap as well as John away from having 4 payloads. Slasher will use the first one. Envy going to put a lot of resources into this. John about to earn his reactive armor as well. Unfortunately, can't win that one-on-one. JCap pressuring down the street, trying to challenge, keep his teammates at a number advantage. Unfortunately, not going to happen there, but I do believe Envy have done a good enough job of breaking that back market side.
But look where
put this spawn in their favor.
Just saw JCap. They're spawning really far out. So FaZe does just enough. You saw the 6 and the 8 and JCap and Apathy spawn at Broken. So with 30 seconds left, they'll still be down, what, 30 or so points?
About 30 seconds, yeah. It'll still be possible. But again, the worry comes in. We then go across that Broken hardpoint. And last time, Envy did a perfect job of breaking and not giving much time up to FaZe. I'm wondering if FaZe now take the same play out of their book. Why was it possible? John hit the lower street, stayed alive long enough to force one player to spawn out from FaZe, which gave Envy the number advantage to push on in, get the pinch done. Envy, though, looking lights out. They're keeping FaZe away. Look at the setup they have. They've got lower street covered. They've got top patio control. Bridge is completely clear, and the final player in the hard point. this has all the signs of it being a full 60 seconds unless Enable can make a miraculous play.
Well, I think Attach just uses Rewind, I believe, to stay alive here at Bridge. We'll see if it ends up being effective.
Okay, FaZe got the spawn they want. They are pushing through the lower street. This pinch needs to happen right now before that.
I think Jacob just killed himself. He spawned top of Cathedral, and Jacob jumped out of the map to try and get a better spawn. I saw him. He went up basically at the very top right exit there by Cathedral, ran off the map to kill himself and try to get a better one.
And he actually did spawn towards that lower street side, so JCap can put the pressure on quicker towards his hard point, showing why he's such a veteran player. He's trying to put some pressure towards his hill. It's FaZe Clan coming back a little bit. The reactive armor is for nothing. Not a single kill with it. Attached staying alive forever on a 5 streak. He's showing a big time in this broken hard point.
He showed a big time beginning of the last hard point. This time, it's down the stretch. He's 75 off the bombardment. Might be able to work towards a ward here.
Game.
He gets those. He can shut it down. FaZe, baby, right back in it. This game 4 is all we wanted and more.
Attach just needing to stay alive. He knows how important it would be if he can earn himself a Warden. He'll peek towards this lower street. FaZe Clan still trading some kills in their favor. 15-second game is the entire margin right now.
200 points.
4 kills
200
supported.
points.
Now just 75
points.
No
Not
Warden
able to
this
get
time.
it. No Warden, but he did pick up the bombardment.
Do you realize how over this game would have been if they rotated towards Bridge and he calls it a Warden?
Oh, yeah.
Where's your chance to get in that hard point?
Absolutely
there's no
done.
chance.
But he does have a couple utilities to at least clear it out, though, right? Maybe not as effective as a Warden, but bombardment, you know, can be very, very good. But Envy still in control. Let's look at their side here for a little bit. We're going to go on with Jacob. Jacob trying to peek the corner, not able to find it. Staying alive, 3 down. Zuma inside with the K-bar, destroying everything on the Envy side, but Envy still just holding a minimal lead here. Let's get out to Bridge. It's time to rotate, baby.
Folks, we've got ourselves a 5-second game. These two teams so evenly matched. FaZe Clan on the rotation. They get the kills, and they're about to earn themselves a lead.
And remember, Attach has those streaks to work with in case they get broken, but they can win it here.
As well.
They can win it here.
This is a statement. FaZe want to close this out right now on Bridge. Expect the streaks to begin to come in. One final pressure for Envy. This could be FaZe Clan beating the world champions in the boys in blue. There's only one player here. Attach shuts them down. FaZe 250 to 228. Envy out.
That was a fun one. That was a fun one. So the hard points, I can tell 2 halves for both of them, right? The game 1, FaZe out in front, Envy rebounds. This time, Envy out in front, FaZe comes back in it. That was beautiful, man.
Pool A now sitting at FaZe 1-1, Envy 1-1, Gosu Crew 1-1. What a story with one of the closer pools so far this weekend.
You know,